weaver's children. In the shadow of the Andes, beyond the tourist trails and silver mines, lies a village the maps forgot. Churri, they call it, a place where mist lingers even at noon, and where the wind whistles through threads tied to every doorpost. They say it's to keep her away, but she always comes back. This is the story of the weaver's children. I arrived in Churri just before dusk, the kind of dusk that doesn't fade into night, but into shadow. I was a traveling textile merchant. At least that's what I told them. Truth is, I wasn't there to sell. I was searching for answers, for something I lost long ago. The villagers watched me with eyes heavy from years of fear. No smiles, no welcome. Just one warning from an old man.
Don't wander after dark. If you hear the loom, run.
The next morning, I walked the edge of the village, and that's when I saw them. Tiny pieces of yarn, tied in loops and knots, fluttering in the wind like prayer flags. Each house had them. Red, white, and black threads hung like protective charms. I asked a woman what they were for. She looked past me, pale as ash.
She weaves at night, and each thread we tie is a child's name we hope she forgets.
That night I heard it, a sobbing wail echoing through the valley. Not human, not quite wind. I crept from the hut they'd given me and followed the sound. By the old well, a woman knelt, her back turned, her shawl tattered. She rocked slowly, cradling something in her arms. When I stepped closer, she vanished, like fog pulled by the mountains. But on the stone where she sat, I saw it, a strand of red thread, still warm. The old woman finally spoke to me. She was the keeper of the village's oldest loom.
She was once one of us, a weaver so skilled. Even the gods admired her work. But when her children were taken by a landslide, she begged the spirits to return them.
Her voice cracked.
And they did, but not alive. They gave her threads made of their souls. She went mad, weaving them into her loom. Now she needs more, always more.
I asked to see the tapestry. She hesitated, then nodded. In the oldest hut at the hill's peak, hidden beneath layers of alpaca cloth, hung a tapestry unlike any I'd ever seen. It shimmered with colors that moved like smoke. Faces, dozens of tiny faces woven into the fibers, some smiling, some crying, some screaming. And there, at the edge, my sister's eyes, frozen in thread, forever 6 years old. I stayed behind that night, waited by the loom. When she came, she wasn't a monster. She looked like a tired woman with gray-streaked hair and blistered fingers. She didn't speak. She just sat and began to weave. I stepped forward and asked her one question. Why? She didn't look up. She offered me the spindle. I took it, and for a moment, I considered it. But I saw my sister's face again, frozen, unmoving, and I snapped the spindle in two. The tapestry shrieked. She lunged at me, her form unraveling into threads, claws of yarn whipping through the air. I ran. The house caught fire behind me, not from flame, but from unraveling. The tapestry was her anchor, and I had destroyed its pattern. Villagers watched in silence as the hilltop hut collapsed inward, swallowed by its own threads. By morning, the wind had changed. No more sobbing, but the children were still gone. The threads on the doorposts still fluttered, because some patterns can never be fully unmade. I never went back to Churri, but sometimes, when I work at my loom, I hear a faint clicking behind me, like fingers spinning a thread that isn't mine. And in the fabric between the folds, sometimes, just sometimes, I see a pair of eyes watching me. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to subscribe and like the video.